Neil Armstrong died on August 25th, 2012 in Cincinnati. He was 82 at the time. Neil Armstrong writes that when we went out to board the spaceship, I looked at everyone and gave them a thumbs up with confidence. We ourselves were not so confident. A little nervous and a little excited. It was a mixed feeling. When the rocket goes up, it is very noisy, and there are so many jerks like sitting in a train that is running on bad tracks. There were a lot of hopes attached to this mission, and a lot of hard work by many people. You have to leave all that and focus on only one thing. That is, do not make any mistakes in the cockpit yourself. That is all you have in your hands. My own life and passion prepared me for this mission. I have been passionate about flying in planes since childhood. I got my pilot's license at the age of 16. At that time, I did not know how to drive a car. At the age of 21, I flew fighter planes in the Korean War and went on missions. After the war, I became a test pilot, given the task of experimenting with new technology. I set a record for flying the X-15 at a speed of 4,000 miles per hour at high altitude. It was then that I had to deal with the shock of losing my 3-year-old daughter in 1962. She died of brain cancer. You can't forget the death of a child. It leaves a mark on you for life, but the way to cope with it is to live a busy life. That was the year I was selected for astronaut training. An accident occurred during astronaut training in 1966 when our capsule started spinning out of control for a while. Then in 1968, during a landing device test, it crashed due to a malfunction. When I ejected, it was only 100 feet from the ground. I barely escaped being engulfed in flames. I went out and went to work in the office. When someone said, "You're a dying child and you're back to work," my answer was, "I'm not dead. Life goes on. There's a lot of work to do." I was chosen as the commander of the first mission. After traveling for 4 days, we reached the moon. Michael Collins was in the command module. Buzz Aldrin and I boarded the lunar module. Something unexpected happened during the landing. The guidance system was leading us towards a crater with large rocks. I didn't think it was a good place to land. I took control myself to get to a better place. This started using extra fuel. 1 billion people were watching all this. The ground crew knew the landing flight plan, and this lander wasn't following it. Seeing this, some people were now holding their breath to see what was happening. Then, we landed it on the moon, and hearing the words, "The Eagle has landed," brought many people who were sweating to life. Then I started to descend the ladder. As I took this step, I had in mind the 400,000 people who had worked on this mission and many others who had played a part indirectly. My words, "This is a giant leap for mankind," were for all of them, because this step was not mine alone. The moon is a very exciting feeling. The horizon seems so close. The sun and the soil are different. We were given many experiments to do. We did them all. We didn't spend much time. Then we came back. The re-entry back to Earth was the most difficult part of the journey. When we reached Earth, we were superstars. 4 million people welcomed us in New York. Then we set off on a world tour. The success of reaching the moon was not ours as astronauts, but of humanity. We represented humanity from all over the world. From the crowds in Congo to the Queen of England, everyone wanted to see us. I wasn't ready for all of this. It seemed good, but it was a burden to me. I didn't like it. I didn't want my fame just because of a single event, but because of my daily work. And I didn't deserve that fame. If I was the first person to walk on the moon, it wasn't my accomplishment, it was the circumstances. It was never my sole achievement. I just got the fame. After that, I ended my astronaut career and started teaching engineering at the University of Cincinnati. I had one regret. Because of my career, I couldn't give my family time. I couldn't spend much time with my growing sons. I knew that the Apollo program had a